Once upon a time, in the fantasy realm of Azeroth, adventurers from around the world gathered to take on epic quests, face powerful monsters, and explore vast, immersive lands. Among the many challenges that awaited them was the dark and treacherous dungeon of Zul'Gurub, home to the fearsome boss known as Hakkar, the Soul Flayer. This dungeon became available in the game on September 13, 2005. Hakkar was a formidable adversary, but what set him apart was a dreadful ability he possessed, a plague-like debuff called Corrupted Blood. This disease was lethal, sapping the life force of any character unfortunate enough to be infected during the 10-second duration it had, or until its carrier died. To make matters worse, it was contagious. When a player or their pet came into contact with the Corrupted Blood debuff, they would carry it with them, and anyone nearby would be at risk. The incident began when a group of brave adventurers, fresh from their battle with Hakkar, unwillingly discovered a way to smuggle the Corrupted Blood out of the dungeon. Hunters had employed their pets during the battle, as they usually do in these encounters, but little did they know that the simple act would unleash chaos across the realm. You see, dear viewer, here's where the developers smoked a huge dookie. What happened was that there had been an oversight during the development of Hakkar's boss fight, since if a pet wasn't summoned while carrying the Corrupted Blood debuff, it would retain the debuff when it was resummoned later on, even if, as it turned out, this pet was summoned outside of Hakkar's arena. Now, since as previously mentioned, Corrupted Blood would only last for 10 seconds or until the player died, you wouldn't think it was that contagious, but because it was never intended for non-player characters to come into contact with the debuff, it was encoded to damage them, resulting in NPCs who would become infected with the disease but were incapable of dying, and instead became asymptomatic vectors of infection for other adventurers. The Corrupted Blood spread like wildfire. It was unleashed in major cities where players gathered in large numbers. As the plague ran rampant, panic ensued. Low-level players perished to the disease almost instantly, while higher-level players died almost instantly. In a desperate attempt to control the outbreak, some heroes rose to the occasion, offering help to those in need, healing the sick, and trying to stop the spread. Others, however, succumbed to the darker aspects of their characters, intentionally carrying the disease into crowded areas, watching as panic and chaos ensued. Ultimately, however, the efforts to contain the Corrupted Blood were in vain. The infestation had already infiltrated the densely populated hubs of Azeroth. The developers at Blizzard, seeing the disaster that had unfolded, scrambled to fix the problem. They applied hotfixes and reset affected servers, but the Corrupted Blood persisted. It took a combination of game patches and resets to finally quell the plague and bring the world of Warcraft back to a semblance of order. Within the standards of World of Warcraft, of course. While the Corrupted Blood incident was eventually resolved within the virtual world of World of Warcraft, its legacy endured in the real world. It became a subject of study for epidemiologists and social scientists, offering insights into how people behave in the face of pandemics and crises. And so, the tale of the Corrupted Blood incident remains a legendary chapter in the annals of gaming history as one of the greatest player-driven events in an online game. A reminder that even in the virtual world, the unexpected and the extraordinary can happen when a deadly plague is unleashed. Thank you very much for watching to everybody who sees this video, and if you're interested in other player-driven stories in the world of gaming, subscribe to the channel. Also, I'm actively looking for feedback since this is my first storytelling video, and if you notice anything that I could improve, please do let me know in the comments.